Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
I want to gamble. Gambling is a very serious business.
Is that clear?
Welcome to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you here, deep from the swamps of Jersey. We got a great show coming up for you. You know, usually during the show, I get to interview some of the biggest newsmakers in the gaming and casino industries. But this week, I'm going to be joined by the House of Cards executive producer, Doug Weischadle, and we're going to actually talk about some of the biggest news stories happening in the gaming and casino industry. Whether it be casinos, sports betting, iGaming, esports, the gaming industry is constantly changing, and Doug's going to pick a couple of the biggest stories that occur in the last month, and we're going to talk about them and see what they mean for the gaming industry. So when we come back, we're talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month. So stick around. We'll be right back with House of Cards. Hey, Dave Weischadle from House of Cards. I just got my dugout mug delivered, and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for House of Cards. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. DugoutMugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking. Hey, this is Dave Weischadle from House of Cards with your House of Cards gaming report for the week of June 15th, 2026. The American Gaming Association released the State of the States report on the U.S. commercial gaming industry and reported some record numbers. The industry had record-breaking revenue for the year of more than $78 billion and a record total of $17.8 billion in direct gaming tax revenue. All but one of the 38 U.S. jurisdictions with commercial casino or sports betting operations reported an increase in gaming revenue. The AGA also reported that internet gaming across the 7 states with online casinos hit a record total of $10.73 billion in 2025. Pennsylvania, Michigan, and New Jersey accounted for 90% of the total iGaming revenue in the country. It's also the first time that iGaming revenue surpassed that of commercial land-based casinos in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And finally, BetMGM announced a partnership with Tailgate Beach Club at Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. As part of the deal, BetMGM will have a prominent presence through the Tailgate Beach Club, which includes digital and static signage featuring a live odds display. The Tailgate Beach Club features 125 feet of LED screens for a 360-degree viewing experience and features heated pools and premium cabanas. Sounds like a great place to watch the game. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on X at HOC Radio.
You're listening to House of Cards. Check out our website at houseofcardsradio.com.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. This week, I'm joined by the House of Cards executive producer, Doug Weischadle, and we're going to actually talk about some of the biggest news stories happening in the gaming and casino industry.
Well, another week, another prediction market story. Every week.
It's going to be every week, isn't it?
Until this thing gets settled and set up and regulated the right way.
It's going to be every week from now on.
So. But every so often, something comes across my desk that's kind of interesting in terms of the approach people are taking towards prediction markets. Now, we've seen Major League Baseball do their memorandum of understanding with the CFTC. We've seen other leagues and other teams do prediction market deals. We just saw, what was that? The Kalshi, the deal with Madison Square Garden. They got a whole entire concourse named there for them.
Yeah. So.
Here we have the NFL. Now, the NFL and the NBA have always been very cautious on how they approach things.
Yes.
NBA, in terms of sports betting, led everybody in their thinking. Here we have the National Football League going the extra mile here and outlining what their views on how sports-related prediction markets should be regulated.
Sure. And by the way, just to throw this out, all these memorandums from these leagues, they're not legally binding, but it gives their idea of how prediction markets could work with the league. I mean, like I said, it's not binding. It just gives their view on what they would like to see with regard to prediction markets. If by chance any deal down the road comes to fruition, this is what we're looking at.
Yes. And again, this all goes back to putting the proper guardrails up.
Sure.
And what we have here are recommendations from the NFL regarding sports-related prediction markets. And this was drafted by the Senior VP for Government Affairs and Public Policy of the NFL, Brendan Plack.
Okay.
Now, everything in this letter is geared toward preserving the ethics of the league.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, there's a direct statement in the letter saying that the suggestions outlined in the letter are aimed at, number one, protecting the integrity of the sporting events.
Well, you knew they were going to use the word integrity
Yes.
because they used it before sports betting became widespread across the country. They were worried about an integrity, element to the protections.
Yes. Well, that comes back into play later on in the letter, as a matter of fact,
Okay.
directly later on in the
Okay.
letter. The other aspect of the letter was protecting the people who use the prediction markets from fraudulent or manipulative behavior.
Sure.
So basically that sets the stage for what the NFL wants to talk about with the CFTC. Right off the bat, they want easily manipulable sports contracts that can be easily manipulated by a single person banned.
Sure.
They're talking about missed field goals, a quarterback's first pass as incomplete.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's kind of an interesting one. Anything they termed that would be knowable in advance
Okay.
should be banned. First play of the game, because they're always scripted. The first 15 are always scripted.
Sure.
Anyway.
Usually, they have they're on the thing. I hate to play a call sheet because it's always laminated.
Well, it is a call sheet. It is a call sheet. It's just laminated. That's all.
So.
I just don't know if they do what their lamination expenses are. Each and every week they have a new laminated call sheet.
But
except for
a lot of those things are scripted, and
Yeah.
a lot of those plays are known by a lot of people. I mean, football teams and football franchises employ a lot of people, and
Yep.
I don't know who has that information, but a lot of people have that information. What are the first plays?
Yep. And I remember a couple of the Super Bowls that involved some questionable ethics manipulation
really?
by
Okay.
the Patriots.
I didn't-
Remember the Eagles won, and also the Rams won. The Rams against the Patriots, the Rams and the Eagles against the Patriots.
I didn't hear any of that.
Both way back when they said, hey, our walkthroughs were spied upon.
Oh, wait,
which is their first
was that-
15 plays.
I remember that whole that
The Rams won, and then the Eagles had the same exact complaint.
Was that during the Super Bowl?
They were
I
the
remember
Super
a lot
Bowls.
of people complained about people looking at walkthroughs and things like that.
That was
so.
the two Super Bowls.
But I don't know if that had anything to do with betting. I think that
I'm
was
just saying the
you know.
people were actually watching the walkthroughs.
Oh yeah,
and that's
there
where
are
the
people,
first 15 plays
there are
so
people who have that information.
exactly. So that goes under the
Yeah,
insider trading kind of
but
thing.
we're not saying that had
No,
anything to
no,
do
no,
with
no,
betting or anything like that.
But
It's a scummy maneuver to do. I guess if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
But that goes to what
you know.
they're trying to prevent.
Yeah.
And they also had the inherently objectionable events should be banned. Injuries.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So that's a nice phrasing of injury markets. inherently
Well,
objectionable.
I mean that's true even in sports betting. I mean, I don't think any sports book provider would put up
not the
injuries.
regulated ones.
Well, okay, but the regulated, sports books do not have injuries. I mean, this person's the chances of so and so is going to be hurt. They're not up in the reputable ones, I should say. The respected,
the regulated
sports
ones. The regulated ones.
So but I don't know offshore. I've really never taken a
look at the
close shore,
offshores.
offshore.
No.
So I don't know what they have. So.
Well, they want inherently objectionable events taken out. Mm-hmm. Also, this one is becoming a big thing that I've been seeing the leagues talk about. I'm talking about every league. Mm-hmm. Mentions contracts for broadcasters.
Oh, okay.
Put money on different words they use during the broadcast.
Oh, okay.
What they will say on TV. Because that's manipulative. You can actually do
sure,
that. Sure,
absolutely. But some broadcasters have their catchphrase, and but I never even thought of that market.
That's becoming a big one.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
that actually happened.
Yeah, but how do you?
Past Super Bowl, when the prediction markets were front and center with everybody, there were a couple of those markets put out there, and a lot of the leagues don't like that.
Interesting. But look, there was, a lot of legendary broadcasters had their catchphrases.
Yep. Well, that you can't bet on.
Mel
that.
Allen had, how about that? And Harry Callis and CEO. No, that C is Michael Kay, but it's out of here from Harry Karras. So it's one of those things where
also you're looking live.
Oh yeah, Brett Musburger. Yeah, but that wasn't during a game. That was always before the NFL Today.
Well, we don't know when the markets
wasn't
were.
it? Wasn't it?
I'm just saying, in terms of the broadcast mentions, it could be any time.
Yeah.
So
I never even thought of that kind of market.
It's becoming prevalent that the broadcasters are becoming part of the sports betting markets. I'm sorry, the investment market. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of interesting where the NFL wants to take this. Those are kind of what the markets they don't want. They want the market age raised to 21.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I think that's an actually reasonable process right there.
Yeah.
And they want the prediction market regulations to follow the state gambling regulations, which is something everyone's fighting.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the whole thing about regulation, who enforces these rules and regulations? And, I guess if, that is such a murky area. How you, number one, investigate, number two, prosecute, and then hand out the penalties. It's one of those things where that has to be worked out.
Well, It's funny you should say that. One of the mentions in the letter, the National Futures Association, the NFL would like the NFA to enter agreements with state regulators for data sharing and improved enforcement mechanisms. There's your enforcement area right there.
Sure. Well, how about the agents that go out and do it? Is it state agencies? Is it the federal agencies? Are they federal agents?
They want the
state
National
agents?
Futures Association. That's a federal organization. But they also want the markets to mirror the state regulations. So, that's also one of the things. They want agreements between the prediction markets and sports governing bodies. Mm-hmm. And also, they want agreements between the prediction markets and the regulators.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of mixing and matching of sports betting regulation terms here. Also, and it's really nice to see the NFL outlining this clearly.
There's one other issue, and maybe the NFL brought it up, is the protection of athletes. I mean, athletes have been going through some abuse.
Well, that goes through the
hopefully,
ethics,
hopefully that's fleshed out too, because that has to be addressed as well.
That's also the insider trading aspect of everything. So everything is kind of all wrapped up into a lot of stuff. They also want the CFTC to get rid of that self-certification process, because right now, when a prediction market wants to offer a market for the general public, there's a self-certification process. They file it with the CFTC, and it's automatically approved.
Yeah, see, that's something different than the state, how the state operates. Yeah. Usually, when you want to offer a market, like in eating contests or what was it, the Oscars or something like that, you submit that to the state regulators. The regulators say yes or no, and that's how it's done.
Yep.
So
they actually want it more along the lines of an approval process, not a self-certification process. 100% makes sense. And also regarding the insider trading and also the people that shouldn't be betting on it, like agents and everything else, they want a list of prohibited participants of every sports event contract made up.
Okay.
Which I actually like the way the NFL has approached this.
No. Well, look, I mean,
it's not, none of this is going to happen until the CFTC recognizes that this is gambling. The CFTC refuses to acknowledge that.
One of the things that, all these leagues, they have the benefit of experience because they went through this process when sports betting became widespread in the U.S. They see what issues arise. They see what rules and regulations work. They see how the investigations work. So they have that benefit from past experience. So, I think – and that's what these memos are showing from the leagues. This is what we need. This is what we want. This is what we think is appropriate. So,
and we'll find out pretty soon because New Jersey just put Kalshi in the Supreme Court. So they're going to be moving ahead with that kind of lawsuit. So we'll have probably a little bit more discussion on that one down the road. But right now, this is a step in the right direction in terms of what the NFL did.
Yep. Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Why, you cheap crook, stealing the baby's bank. It's only a lend-lease. I figured to bet on the 50 to 1 shot and double the baby's money. Why, you imbecile. Why don't you pick 100 to 1 shot and triple it? Oh, okay.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with House of Cards executive producer Doug Weischadle, talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month.
Next up, we're going to be going into the exciting world of trademark law.
Oh, okay.
And this has to do with the AI situation going on in terms of, what is it called? Generative AI being used on social media as well as in different areas of content creation.
That's everywhere. I asked you about this. I'm seeing a lot of AI videos on YouTube, and I'm just wondering, how do these people do it? I mean, some look pretty good, some don't, but a lot look very good. Do they have like computer programs they can buy to create AI? How does a kid sitting in his basement create this music video that gets 1 million views?
Well, a lot of the social media platforms now have generative AI programs involved with them, because you can I see people going on Facebook and posting themselves in different situations. How they look is different, where they're at is different, and it's all AI, and it's all built into the platform.
Yeah.
But here we've got a situation, generative AI platform. These are called deep fakes, and this is where we're getting into the situation that we're going to be talking about. Just recently, Taylor Swift, and I don't usually talk Taylor Swift,
Yeah, she filed a trademark.
Trademark
Her
registrations.
and I saw a story, Matthew McConaughey did it.
Well, she filed trademark registration applications, and Matthew McConaughey actually got these. McConaughey has actually done this. He's already obtained these trademarks for voice and image.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, we're paying athletes for name, image, and likeness. And you just can't create someone else's name, image, and likeness and profit off of that. So,
the old way of fighting all this used to be the right of publicity.
The question is, for trademarks, you kind of need to submit some kind of evidence that you're using it in commerce and things like that. And certainly, they can do that. They're in commerce, and people buy their stuff and watch their programs.
Well, that's going to be the key.
But do they just give them video of themselves and
they
stuff
can
like
do
that?
Phrases, they can do anything like that.
All right.
McConaughey is doing clips from his films.
Okay.
You know, the famous lines that he always has.
Yeah.
His image is also part of that, but it depends upon the trademark registration is interesting to the extent of whether or not they're going to be granted. He got his. Taylor Swift may get hers too because of the reach of her persona.
Yeah.
And it really depends on that level of, if you're going to do like an independent film actor who has one line that everyone repeats, may not be able to get that kind of protection.
Yeah.
It really rises to the level of the commerce.
And it's good that they're doing this because they have more control over their name, image, and likeness.
Exactly.
I hate to keep using that in terms of this.
Well,
but the one thing I saw was there's going to be a new movie, or it could be out already, I don't even know, Val Kilmer, who died last year.
They got permission from his estate.
They got permission, but I saw an interview with his daughter.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was very into it and happy about it and stuff like that, but it's just scary. I'm glad they got permission, but you know what? They did the right thing. There's going to be people out there that may not do the right thing. That may, in the world of social media, they may just take someone's name and image and likeness and throw it up there where the estate won't have a say in it, or what would happen.
Well, again, it also depends on a lot of other issues because right now, before these trademarks were being filed by the actor and the singer, athletes had to use right of publicity to protect themselves from this stuff. Now, the right of publicity is, unauthorized AI-generated stuff that makes it look like they're either promoting a product, involved in something that they didn't want to be involved with.
Yeah.
But the problem with right of publicity, and this is where a lot of athletes are having problems, and this is how it ties into the sports world, by the way. Right of publicity varies state by state. Every state has something different. Some actually have codified it into a statute that actually outlines everything you can have a cause of action against. Other ones do not have anything codified. It's just on case law precedent.
Okay.
And a lot of times the right of publicity is restricted to advertising commercial purposes. I mean, if someone's not making money off anything that they're using a athlete's image on, it doesn't qualify as commercial use.
Let me ask you something. You showed me this music video. It was obviously AI because it was based on Star Trek, and it had the stars of Star Trek on there. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, so I didn't know the name of the people or the actors and stuff like that. But you showed this to me. It was a music video. They weren't selling a product or anything like that. But I asked you, did they get permission from these actors to get their likeness on this?
Well,
you say they're not selling anything, but don't they get money for number of views?
Which is why.
Doesn't that mean they're kind of making money off of someone else's image?
Which is why YouTube has sent the guy letters.
Oh, okay. Well,
but again, the fact that it's AI music that's originally added to it.
By the way, we don't know if
He's mentioned.
Oh, okay.
He's mentioned he's gotten notices from YouTube to take things down.
Okay.
He's fought these,
and
he's won these
a
because a lot of times they're in terms of parody. They're in terms of some kind of homage to and a lot of times, and I notice this, the images of certain people that have no issues with people using their image are in there. The people that have fought the image use in the past are not in there.
Okay.
There are certain characters that look different.
Okay.
So there are a lot of other issues going on.
I was just curious.
And a lot of the AI programs will not let
process?
you recreate something.
I'm just saying, what's the process of that? If I'm going to use, and there's no way I can even do this because I don't know the technology, or I'm shocked at how they can do this kind of stuff. I mean, just the quality of it is really good. So I just don't know how it's actually done. But it's one of those things where, I just want to know if they have to get permission from actors and actresses.
A lot of times you do.
Yeah, I would think so.
But going back to
and regardless, if you're not selling anything, aren't the number of views you get paid?
Yeah, you get advertising. Yeah,
I mean that's so.
It's really up to YouTube.
Is that like a There's a thin line between.
But going back to what we were talking about with the right of publicity for athletes.
Yeah.
Easy defense is First Amendment, parody, news report, that sort of thing. Trademark infringement doesn't require, have to dealing with that First Amendment defense because it's all you're showing is there's a confusingly similar voice or image out on the market. That's people are thinking you're involved with a project. Can
it be just so overwhelmingly out there and nonsensical that, is that a standard? A common person would know that's not the person. It's kind of thing. Is that kind of a defense?
Well, that's the thing. That's the problem with the trademark right now. No one's tested this yet.
Okay.
As soon as Swift actually sues somebody under her trademarks, if she gets them, or McConaughey sues somebody under his trademarks, neither of them have sued anybody yet.
This should be interesting. I don't
it's
think
a
there's
brand
ever
new
been
area of law for trademarks.
A case like this yet. So,
but athletes should be looking at doing this as well. Mm-hmm. Is what that's one of the things you get around the right of publicity with the First Amendment. You can't use the First Amendment to get around a trademark registration.
Yeah.
So whole new area of law to look at.
By the way, one of our one of the platforms that we're broadcast on, didn't they send something to us? They're involved with AI or something. They need our permission to use whatever we're doing or something like that. And I asked you, what the hell does that mean? I don't even know what that means. So
we've gotten asked.
It's just odd thing. I don't know what it means when people ask me, we're involved in AI and we want to use your program and stuff like that.
And also your voice and everything else.
Yeah, voice. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what that means.
But they were seeking permission.
You have to sign something, and you signed it, whatever it was.
No, I didn't sign it.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we're not working with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know. So I just didn't know what that entailed.
A lot of issues going down the line with that. So
I don't know what that entailed.
Yeah.
The AI. And at first, I don't know why anyone would want to reproduce us, but it's a weird. I don't know what they mean by it.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, new grounds right now for athletes to protect their image and likeness.
Yeah.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In a moment of need, every second counts. So first responders, delivery drivers, and visitors can find your home fast, even in the dark. This is about more than just a number. It's about safety, visibility, and peace of mind. We created a house number that is not only a beacon of safety, but also a work of art. Crafted from durable stainless steel and waterproof acrylic, with efficient, low-voltage LED backlighting, it's uniquely yours. Choose from 6 sizes, 4 fonts, and 6 colors, and match your home's mood with bright, neutral, or warm white halo lighting. Add dusk to dawn, dimming and timing controls for complete command.
Every order includes free worldwide shipping. Plus, plus a 2-year warranty on lighted numbers and all powering accessories.
This is the ultimate home upgrade. A perfect blend of style, quality, and function.
Buy yours today.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Whoa! I think we got a show.
Oh, yeah, we got a show.
We definitely got a show.
Oh, yeah, there's a show. Hey, it's all about ratings, baby, and we got them.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weischadle with you. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with House of Cards executive producer Doug Weischadle, talking about some of the biggest gaming and casino news stories of the month.
Well, since I'm getting kind of tired of talking about soccer, I thought I'd change it up right now and talk about another topic. Premier League soccer, not just World Cup soccer. Okay. We're going to do Premier League right now. Now, everyone's in the gaming industry has been following what's been going on with the Premier League and this betting ban, I should say. And it's removing betting brands as the primary sponsor for the teams.
Okay.
You know, the front of shirt on their not their uniforms, their kits.
I mean, certainly you don't want, kids going into the pro shop and, tooling around school with betting brands on their grammar school T-shirts or whatever,
Well, it's one of the portions of the business that has created a huge revenue stream.
Sure.
The front of shirt kit or front of kit sponsorship by gambling brands, premium exposure, international audience, because soccer does have an international following.
Absolutely.
The United States is a little different story, but outside the United States,
there are pockets here. I see it, and I tell you all the time when you're driving around on a Sunday morning, you see a lot of the sports bars in our area in New Jersey here. There's a lot of people in the parking lots because they go and watch their favorite soccer team at certain bars. Yep. And it seems like certain bars have their favorite teams. So, it's one of those things. There's a sports bar about 10 miles from here that has, one team. Then a bar right around the corner from here, they support another team. Yep. What is it, Wrexham or something like that?
Yep,
everyone
Wrexham
with
and
their
all that, yep.
Yeah. So no, it seems like every sports bar around here anyway supports a soccer team. So, and they have their fans go every Sunday morning, I guess, because of the change in the time change or the time difference and stuff like that. So, they have brunch or an Irish breakfast and watch their
and if possible, a Guinness or something.
I don't know the rules. I don't know if they're allowed to serve.
Depends on the county.
I mean, like 9:00 in the morning. I know you're having an Irish breakfast. Can you have something? I don't know. I've never been there that early in the morning. So.
Well, I used to work ABC, alcohol beverage control, and a lot of that stuff is controlled by your liquor license.
Sure.
A lot of places can't do hard alcohol. They could do a Bloody Mary, but not hard alcohol. Sure. Some can't do beer. Some can do beer. It's all different. Also depends on where in the country you are, too.
Yeah.
But here we have this gambling ban. It's going to force more than half the teams in the Premier League to change their kits.
Okay.
That's a lot of effort right there. Teams like Manchester City, Arsenal, Manchester United, they don't have to do anything, because they don't have gambling brands on the front of kit. They've got airlines, tech companies, insurance companies.
Okay.
And there are other teams out there like the lesser known names in this country anyway. Everyone knows Premier League outside the United States.
Sure,
but
absolutely. Yeah.
There are other teams that have to do something about this. And you got to think, not only is it changing the way the kit is, you got to reprint all this stuff.
Sure,
there's a lot of money.
Costs money to make that change.
Yeah, there's a lot of money to adhere to this betting brand. Betting. I keep wanting to say brand. It's betting ban.
Look, it was a gamble to put it on anyway. So it was one of those things. Well, we're getting a lot of money, and might as well put it on. If we if we have to take it off, we'll deal with that later. But now they're dealing with it. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times people think when you have this gambling ban that they got to get rid of their sponsors. They're not. Number one, you're seeing
this
them
is only
being
front of kit, kind of
front
thing.
of kit. You're seeing them. Some of these teams are moving the gambling brands to the secondary sponsor level.
Again, I think it's because you don't want like 10-year-old kids going to buy the jersey with a gambling outfit on top of it or a gambling platform or whatever. So you don't want to see everyone in their like an English grammar school wearing these gambling things running around the playground. But that's I think they don't want that happening.
No, but it's really interesting to see.
And I get that, and I get it. So.
But it's interesting to see what some of the other teams are doing. Like this one group, Bournemouth, they have done the existing stadium naming rights partner and moved them to the front of kit.
Okay.
Which, that changes the deal a little bit, but, and other teams have moved their training kit sponsors as front of shirt, so they don't have to reprint the shirts.
Sure.
But still, there are other ones out there that, have to deal with this situation where they're changing over their sponsorships. Brentford, that's one of the teams that's moving their training kit partner to the actual match day kit. Mm-hmm. But what they're replacing is Hollywood Bets.
Okay.
And Hollywood Bets is an international online betting company, casino, all that stuff. It's not licensed in the United States. It's not regulated here. But overseas, they're all over the place.
Sure.
So they're looking at making them a secondary partner, which, according to the rules there, back of shirt.
Okay.
It's still going to be on the kit somewhere, whether it's shorts, lower back, that sort of thing. And we're seeing some other teams going to have to do something different. And we've got this other group, Everton, depending on how you say it.
I think it's Everton. And by the way, that's a pretty big team.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's one of the. It's not like the Arsenal or Manchester United, but they're up there.
Well, they currently, for this past season, had Crypto.com as their front of kit sponsor.
Okay.
Which falls under the ban.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they have done something which...
See, that's interesting. I didn't know cryptocurrency was under the ban.
It's a casino. It's an online casino.
Oh, okay.
Crypto.com.
Well, wasn't... I thought
I'm sorry, stake.com.
Oh, okay.
The crypto casino stake.com.
Oh,
see, I'm getting confused as to all these different things.
Yeah, because didn't we have an arena called crypto.com?
It's still there. Yeah.
Okay.
My mistake. It's stake.com. That is the current sponsor. They are ending that deal, and what they're turning to is prediction markets.
Well, like I said, as we've been talking about over the last couple of months, prediction markets fall into this gray area. Should we follow the rules like sports betting outfits and treat them as such, or do they fall under their own realm of, category that, they fall out of the sports betting operators, but not really, because the sports betting operators are turning to becoming prediction markets.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, and again, I sound like a broken record. We're going to need some clarity on this. We don't know whether it be the legislators here and abroad chime in, regulators chime in, will the courts chime in. We just don't know how to classify and regulate the prediction markets right now.
Well, it just goes to show you, it's not just the United States dealing with this issue.
Sure, absolutely.
I don't think the Premier League front office even thought about prediction markets being involved in this situation.
Well, it's one of those things they're going to have to face it now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure they have been preparing for it.
Maybe.
You can't watch the news nowadays and not see prediction markets. So, obviously they realized that there was going to be a situation, but now they're dealing with it.
Well, the company that Everton is working with, CMC Markets, they were originally formed as a financial spread betting company.
Okay.
That's the actual designation they were called way back before they got into other deals with other areas of prediction markets. Mm-hmm. So they are doing a multi-million-dollar deal with Everton for front of shirt placement. They're actually doing another deal with Fulham FC.
Okay.
So we're starting to see prediction companies, I guess, finding a way to fill in the gaps here. in terms of exposure.
And it's up to the soccer leagues to determine the policy and determine how they're going to treat these prediction markets. Because right now, and just for clarity for the teams as well, I mean, if you're going to remain silent on what you can do, someone's going to do it.
Yeah.
And, then you're going to have to deal with it. So, I'm sure the argument's going to be, hey, you didn't tell us we couldn't do this, so we went ahead and did it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, because they're financial companies.
Sure,
they're technically financial
yeah,
companies
so.
in their terminology, what they're doing, because they've got deals with other technology areas and everything else, the CMC markets.
Mm-hmm.
So, there may be the way they designate themselves when it comes to, filing the sponsorship with the league. But again, I wonder what the Premier League is going to do if more teams pick up prediction market sponsors.
Yep.
They're just replacing one form of gambling with, all right, they're investing.
Well, look,
whatever you want to call it.
Again, they're going to have to figure this out. They're going to have to put new policies in place, and
an addendum to the policy.
And certainly, like I said, the legislature is going to have to get involved and determine what prediction markets are. That kind of helps out writing the policy for the league. So,
but it's something the U.S. has to watch, because if they come up with a definition that works under the gambling ban for prediction markets, you got to look at that language here.
Yeah,
because that may be the way to go in terms of regulating prediction markets.
Sure, everyone's looking at each other on how to deal with prediction markets. I mean, the National Football League, Major League Baseball, the Premier League, everyone's looking at each other, seeing how they're going to deal with it. The NBA is looking at how to deal with prediction markets.
And the NBA's got the best approach. It's a wait and see, basically.
So
is the NFL. So is the NFL.
I know. This is in a gray area of the law and the rules and regulations, and so we're going to have to really figure out where they fit into the legislative landscape when you're dealing with prediction markets and sports betting operators and casinos and things like that.
But the Premier League situation may be a roadmap for the United States.
Sure, absolutely.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Welcome to another edition of Beating the House. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country talking about the latest jackpots in the casino and lottery industries. If it's $100,000 or more, we will be talking about it on this show. Press releases, game releases, jackpot announcements, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. This week, we're in our games feature section, where we talk about either new games or new releases from some of the casinos out there. We've got an announcement at press time.
Okay.
That Evolution has launched Monopoly Live in 2 new jurisdictions.
When you think of live casino games, when you're talking about online live dealers, you always think of Evolution.
Yes.
I mean, they are it in live dealer.
Well, they were the first ones to actually pioneer in that area, and it's really cool to see what they've done with Monopoly Live here. Everyone knows what Monopoly is by now. There's so many different versions of Monopoly in the casino industry right now, whether they're online or retail or whatever. Here we've got a live game show version of Monopoly.
See, I was curious. I just saw the press release, and I was just curious how, you would play it and things like that. Certainly, Monopoly is like a standard slot game in the on gaming floors and online everywhere. But Actually, I think they have an online casino in New Jersey.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So, so everyone's played Monopoly online
in some way, shape, or form.
Some way, shape. I'm just curious how they would do the live dealer. So I have not seen it yet. I have not played it yet. So I'm very curious about it.
Well, we've got some footage rolling on the TV side. If you're watching us on TV, like we always do, we have
as
some
I
footage.
always say, I got 3 monitors in front of me, and not one of them is playing video. So I don't know why.
4 if you count the one over my shoulder.
Yeah,
too.
no video for me. So you see the video because
I'm keeping it away from you.
I don't see any video for anything.
But this is kind of an interesting twist on the live dealer games that are out there. Monopoly Live.
All right.
It starts off just like what you would think a live dealer game show would be. You've got a game host. A human game host. You have to say it because
I know with AI, you just don't know what you're looking at anymore.
Well, the reason I'm saying a live human host is because also on the screen you have a virtual Mr. Monopoly.
Oh, now I'm very interested.
In some situations, he's sitting on his chair.
Okay.
He's walking around somewhere. But there's a virtual Mr. Monopoly on the screen.
Okay.
With his chair, watching the live host.
A live host. Oh, so you're not allowed to say dealer anymore? Is that
well? They're not dealing. There's no cards.
Okay.
It's not really a dealer.
All right. Okay.
I want to say dealer because I'm so used to saying it that way.
A lot of these places are calling them game shows.
This is a game show
because it has the feel of a game show. It's a game show that you can win real money at.
Yeah.
And it's not people call it game shows, but I think it actually is the future of game shows.
Probably
if
is.
You think about it.
Probably.
I mean, so they call them game shows.
Well,
so.
we have a live game host spinning a supersized wheel on stage.
Mm-hmm.
The players have to predict which segment the wheel will land on. Now, the wheel is broken up into standard number segments with special chance segments as well as different sections that could trigger a bonus, as well as multipliers. Now, the bonuses there's 2 different bonuses, a 2-roll bonus or a 4-roll bonus, and that's where Mr. Monopoly comes in.
Okay.
When these 2 bonuses are triggered, he gets up off his chair, gets into
this is interesting to me.
Gets into a virtual Mr. Monopoly board game.
Okay.
Yeah, the 3D Monopoly board game is running. He's running around, whatever the roll was, 2 spots or 4 spots, he runs and moves around the board. Virtual board collecting prizes or other different multipliers along the way as he's on the board.
I am so intrigued right now. So you sold me on it. You sold me at Monopoly, but now that you're having Mr. Monopoly walking around.
Yes.
And by the way, after you're done with the game,
board.
I have an interesting thing. I saw Mr. Monopoly on TV earlier this week. I'll tell you after you tell me about the game show.
Well, after the game has been launched in Connecticut the first time it was launched, it was from the live casino studio in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. They are now bringing the game to New Jersey and Delaware. Now, at the time we're taping this, I do not know what casinos this will land in.
Okay.
But this will be part of Evolution's...
I'm going to search for it.
Yes.
Isn't Evolution part of every
just
online
about.
casino, basically?
You got to look to see whether the online casino has live dealer sections.
Sure.
Because if they have live table sections...
All the ones I'm at
stuff,
have live dealer segments, so I'm excited about
Some
this.
still do not. So.
All right.
But you got to check it. But New Jersey and Delaware now are going to be part of the Monopoly Live lineup of states. You've got Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware.
Now my story about Mr. Monopoly that I showed on TV. I forgot what show I was watching, but they were talking about, people see things and they remember them differently. I mean, one of the example was Darth Vader when he said, "Luke, I am your father."
He never said that.
He never said that.
Nope.
So he said something different. He said something in that vein, but he never said, "Luke, I am your father." Mr. Monopoly showed up on that. Everyone thinks Mr. Monopoly has, one of those monocles, for the eye, and he does not. And I'm very curious to see if I watch this Monopoly game or play the Monopoly game, does Mr. Monopoly have a monocle?
He shouldn't, because...
and by the way, it's something I never think about.
Okay.
I don't care about Darth Vader. I never thought about Mr. Monopoly
this has been bugging
having a
me.
monocle.
This has been bugging
but
me.
you saw the video. Does Mr. Monopoly have a monocle in this?
The modern Mr. Monopoly
And I can't believe we're talking about this.
No, because it was changed.
Oh, it was changed.
The original Mr. Monopoly had the monocle.
I never know. They said he never had a monocle.
Milton Bradley, the very first version of Monopoly, had a Mr. Monopoly with the monocle.
Okay.
When the Monopoly Online Casino launched, they got rid of the monocle. They changed the logo.
They on this show, they said Mr. Monopoly or whatever. Did he ever have any other name than Mr. Monopoly?
No.
Well, the Monopoly.
He actually technically had no name in the original
the Monopoly
version.
guy, according to this show, never, ever had a monocle.
He had a monocle in the very first version.
Okay, so when
Milton Bradley rolled it out of sale in Massachusetts, he had a monocle, and then he changed it.
Why don't you post that question on social media?
Because
did Mr. Monopoly have a monocle? So
well, hey,
I don't know. I don't.
All I know is when we started.
Honestly, never thought about it.
When we were doing this show and the Monopoly Online Casino launched, when Monopoly first started online, they said they changed the Mr. Monopoly character. Now, when the first, way back, I'm talking before it became a popular board game, the very first version of Mr. Monopoly had a monocle.
Oh,
whether or not the later versions of the game has a monocle on it, I have not looked at the board game lately.
Okay.
I know that casinos do not have a monocle on Mr. Monopoly.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm looking at. I googled Monopoly. I should Monopoly guy. So
Mr. Monopoly.
Okay, I'm seeing basically no monocles,
right,
but one monocle.
There you go.
There's one picture with a monocle.
That's the original version of Mr. Monopoly.
Oh, it's someone on TikTok has Mr. Monopoly, but other than that picture, no monocles.
The original drawing of Mr. Monopoly, when it was first developed, before it became mass produced by Milton Bradley, had a monocle on it. He also had a cane.
I see a cane in some of these.
He had a cane. He had He had tails, a top hat, cane, and a monocle.
Okay.
Because that's the way he was supposed to look, as a Gatsby era type gentleman.
Okay. All right. So,
but it was changed for when the casino started carrying Monopoly.
Okay.
But anyway, we're way off on a tangent here.
Right.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about, evolution.
See, you don't get this Monopoly talk anywhere else.
No.
So,
you're home for Monopoly talk.
So, yep.
But evolution, New Jersey, Delaware, new rollout. Look for it soon. We're starting off our casino jackpot segment in our own backyard. And we're not going to real-life New Jersey. We're going to virtual New Jersey.
Virtual New Jersey.
We got a bunch of Hard Rock Bet to talk about.
A bunch of Hard Rock Bet, huh?
Well, we're going to incorporate last week's Hard Rock Bet jackpot as well, because we're going to start off Hard Rock Bet New Jersey. Brand new game on the system, too, by the way, this we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
It's called Bag the Swag, Hold, and Win.
All right. What is that?
It's an online slot.
That's
all I know. I've never played this game.
It is a slot game?
This is only on Hard Rock Bet. I don't use Hard Rock Bet.
Because a lot of these places have these rocket games where you have to hold, and determine when to bail out, and then you get the money where you bailed out. But I just saw Hold and Win. I just assumed that might be a rocket.
Well, Hold and Win is a mechanism that one company uses in their slot games.
Okay.
Which is how I know this is a slot.
Okay.
Hold and Win is slot.
All right.
Here we have a $1 bet with 20% going into the Hard Rock Bet jackpot platforms thing again.
Oh, okay.
So we have a mega jackpot here.
Okay, a mega jackpot.
$1 bet, bag the swag, hold and win. Person just playing in their living room one evening. By the way, it's an Octoplay title.
Okay.
Very good, very good game manufacturer.
I played one of their games last week. I can't remember the name of the game, but I remember the Octoplay or whatever.
Well, Octoplay also released the Elvis Presley game.
Because every time you load a game or a slot on your computer, you see
the game studio.
It's the game studio. It's like like Columbia Pictures, or you see the lion roaring. You see a icon for these game manufacturers.
Well, we have $1 a spin.
All right.
On her fifth spin. because all she spent was $5.
This got to be great if she remembers how many spins she had. I don't remember.
Well, the system remembers how many spins.
Oh, okay.
And also, it just happens to be the largest progressive jackpot ever on the Hard Rock Bet platform.
Oh my God, it's got to be a big one.
The dollar bet turned into $1,942,272.47.
She won $1.9 million on her fifth spin, huh?
$5 investment.
Wow. Okay.
So, and also the largest jackpot ever paid out in Hard Rock Bet online casino history.
Oh, wow. You know, we got to check what times are the most beneficial for playing these online casinos, because my online casino play usually is like around 3 o'clock on a Friday when like the week is winding down. If I have some free time, I'm sitting in front of the computer. Hey, why not throw some money at the online casinos? But I'm just curious when these people are playing.
Well, also it depends on placement of the game too. If it's a featured game, sometimes it pays up better. If it's a new game, it pays up. Depends on where the game is located too.
Hey, and by the way, I'm glad they do these featured game stuff, because the amount of games they have on these platforms is overwhelming. You just don't know what to play sometimes.
But here we have the $1.9 million, largest jackpot ever paid out of Hard Rock Bet platform history.
So bag the swag,
yes.
Huh? Okay.
Staying with Hard Rock Bet in New Jersey. Now, last week we just had a Hard Rock Bet Michigan mega jackpot on the Majestic Fury Power 5 Jackpot Royale game. Mm-hmm. Here we have the same game.
Oh, wow, okay.
This is a day after that Michigan jackpot, by the way.
Okay.
$3 per spin instead of $2 per spin.
Okay.
10 cent thrown into the Hard Rock Bet Jackpots platform.
Okay.
Mega tier was triggered for $102,677.92.
So that was Majestic Fury Power 5.
Jackpot Royale. That's the full name.
Royale. Oh, Jackpot Royale. Okay.
The entire name.
I always repeat it because, like I said, it's overwhelming how many games you
there
can
is
play,
another Majestic Fury out there. So
this one's the Power 5 Jackpot Royale.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
So that's okay. Good.
Leaving New Jersey, we're heading up to New Hampshire.
We did a couple in New Hampshire.
We actually are going back to the same casino that we did last time, the Nash.
The Nash.
The Nash in Nashua.
Nashua, New Hampshire.
Exactly.
That's why I guess it's the Nash.
And we're actually
I've seen commercials for that when I'm up in Massachusetts. So they're really pushing it.
We're going to be doing a table game.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we're going to be doing an AGS table game because we've got the bonus spin extreme table game going on.
Okay.
$5 side bet, which triggered the blackjack bonus spin extreme blackjack. What happens there under the rules? The dealer's first two cards equals 16 in blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's betting against him gets a spin at the wheel.
Okay. All right. That's
the
good.
wheel is where the big jackpots occur.
All right. Okay.
Here the wheel got triggered. $5 side bet triggered the wheel.
Okay.
The dealer's first two cards equaled 16.
Okay.
And the wheel turned out $198,508 at the Nash.
Look at that.
By the way, I got to go up and see this place. It looks really cool.
Yeah, no, it looks really nice. Like I said, there's a lot of advertisement in it in the Boston area, and I saw a commercial there. It's like really nice. So I can't wait to try it.
Leaving New Hampshire, I almost said Connecticut. Leaving New Hampshire.
All right.
We're going out to California for our old buddy.
Oh, okay. Must be Thunder Valley because
Thunder Valley Casino
Resort. At one point,
Resort.
we were doing them every week.
Well, here we have another jackpot from Jackpot Valley.
Oh, Jackpot Valley.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. We've got a $20 bet on the double hit slot machine.
They're going to trademark that Jackpot Valley.
They should.
I wonder if they're thinking about it. So, but you better hop on it before they do.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Look at
that. But we have a regular casino visit turning into a six-figure payday.
Wow.
Dollar double hit slot machine. That's what its full name is. Because a $1 minimum bet.
That's the name of the slot machine.
It's a $1 slot machine.
$1 double hit slot.
Yes.
Okay.
$20 bet.
All right.
We have $108,452. One spin.
Oh, one spin.
One spin.
Okay, we have one spin. The first one was 5 spins. But I guess if you played. If you didn't hit it by 10 spins, I guess you just
move
jump
on to
off
another
it,
one.
I guess.
Yes.
Huh? Is that what happens?
One spin,
Wow.
one moment, $20 wager turned into a $108,000 jackpot. So
nice.
Congratulations to the. Actually, I believe this was a lucky local too from the same area in California.
Good.
So congratulations.
All right.
Leaving California, we're heading back to New Jersey.
All right.
This is real life New Jersey. We're
going
on the
real
boardwalk.
Life.
We're going to the boardwalk.
Boardwalk Casino.
Ocean Casino Resort.
I actually think I heard this one. It was
Mom's Day.
Yeah,
Mother's Day.
It was a Mother's Day win, and it was a mother, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's I guess
from
that's,
Tom's River. Another lucky local.
That's a local. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a local. So, that made the local news because they were tying in Mother's Day, and a mother won a jackpot on Mother's Day. Yeah,
well,
okay,
she was down at the
this.
casino celebrating Mother's Day.
Yeah.
$5 bet on Dragon Link. Dragon Link always kicks out.
That's a money machine.
$101,566.53.
Wow, nice.
So $101,000 jackpot to a lucky mother on Mother's Day.
That was a good Mother's Day.
Yes. Congratulations to everyone we talked about, including the Trust from South Dakota here. Congratulations to everybody out there, because we only do $100,000 or more on this show. There's a lot more winners from the casino and lottery industry out there, so congratulations to everybody. As always, game releases, jackpot announcements, info@turnpikesportsradio.com.
Well, that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time with House of Cards.